All right, welcome to That Synth Show, man. We're back after a little bit of a, we've been doing a lot of live streaming these days, man. We're doing like 30 to 38 live streams a month, but today we're covering the Roland Aira P6. This is a granular sampler, and we're gonna cover a little more news. We're gonna get into some TEO-5, and I'm gonna show you what Studio Electronics released, this Code synthesizer that's gonna blow your minds. It's pricey, man, but it is absolutely insane. But the TEO-5 is insane too. But for now, we're gonna get to the, what do you call them, the Rolkas or the Roland Aira P6, baby. Let's go with That Synth Show. Woo! We're back. All right, man. It's been a little while. Like I said, we're doing lots of live streams. We're doing everything. We're just having a good time, man. The community's growing. Everybody's participating, man. It's a beautiful thing to see. Like I said, I kind of enjoy doing the live streams over the regular videos now, but I love doing these too, man, because they're a little more relaxed, you know? But so today we got the Roland Aira P6, man. They came out with these little rinky-dinky plasticky things, but don't get it twisted. Just because they're plastic don't mean they don't got horsepower under the hood. It's like one of those cars you see like driving a Honda Civic and you look over at it and then the dude just like, we call them sleepers, all right? These are sleepers. So let's go check it out. We jump over here, Synth Anatomy, one of the greatest news sites on the internet. Let's check it out. We got the Roland Aira P6, new compact creative sampler with granular synthesis. They call them the Rolkas. They got three at once. They've got the T8, the J6, the E4. And if you don't know those, go look them up, because we're not talking about them today. And then we got the S1. One's a drum machine, one's a chord machine, one's a bass machine, and one's a vocal machine. And you put them together like Voltron. I said today, you should have took those synthesizers and made like a casing for them, and then you can put them all in one so it actually looks like a synthesizer. For all us boys who don't like the little rinky dinkies, you know, give us a case to put it in, and then we can MIDI it all up in the back and connect it in the back. You don't see any of those nasty wires. All right, that's just my theory. Roland, do it. It'd probably be cheap. But anyways, let's go. There was no new releases at Super Blues, blah, blah. Don't care about that. Roland Creative Sampler, portable sampler, logical continuation to the Aira Compact series. As previously released, included synths, drum machines, and vocoders. The most convenient way to use the Sample Tool software editor, which allows you to import samples, WAV files to the pads. All right, built-in microphone, USB-C audio, headset socket, and mixer output. Of course, 4 different sampling rates: 44.1, 22.05, 14.7, 11.025. For all you sample junkies out there, you know what that means. And it's got a little bit of yellow on the bottom. It looks cute, looks cool. I don't know, man. I'll give my opinion later. Let's just get into it. Granular sampler. P6 offers a lot of sample customization, manipulation. It's got playback mode, forward loop, reverse, alternative loop, chop, slice function. I could read this all day. Let's jump over and see what the Roland site actually looks like. Well, bam! Hello. Here we are. It's a pretty little thing, man. I mean, you know what? I think this is coming in at $219. It sounds pretty good. It's full of functions. If you're gonna develop the whole set, the Voltron set, you basically got a music production studio, all powered by lithium-ion batteries. Apparently they last like, some people say 8 hours, some people say 4 years you don't have to charge these things. EchoCraft told me today, he was like, dude, I got one in a box back there. I haven't charged it since I bought it, and I could go turn it on right now and it still works. So who knows where they're getting these batteries and this lithium, but you know, these things got the battery power. All right, P6 Creative packs renowned Roland sampling tech into a pocket-sized gadget with sophisticated granular sound design, powerful sequencer, onboard effects, onboard mic, intuitive controls. They got the yellow, so they all got different colors. Here they go. This is the chick playing. You want to watch this video? Let's check it out. Here's the intro.
Hi, Dustin from Roland, here to show you the Aira Compact P6 Creative Sampler.
What's up, Dustin? Dustin got the synth drip. Let's check it out.
A small but mighty powerhouse of sampling and sound design with a remarkable range of capabilities. The P6 is the latest addition to the...
You get the little tower, right? So they're calling the Rolkas. Korg and Roland, I don't know. Some people think they're the same company. Some people think they're not. Personally, I think the Yakuza owns them both, but that's just me.
Aira Compact line. Powerful, fun, affordable instruments that put Roland's legendary sounds in the palm of your hand.
Dude, man's looking good. Dustin's looking sharp, man. He's got that tan toque. He's got those sweet shades. He's got the army green. He's looking cool, man. I dig it. And he's married, ladies, so back off.
The P6 is a sampler that celebrates classic sampling techniques.
It's a bit small. It's a bit small. It's a bit small.
Fused with a modern approach using granular sample processing to create new textures from slivers of sound. It can capture audio at various sample rates through analog inputs, USB-C, and the built-in microphone.
A whole lot of 1/8 jack inputs going on these days. I just bought this here. You can't see it right now, but this Ambient Zero for $239. Which in my opinion blows this away, but this is still cool, man. If you want to have this production studio, you're gonna get a sampler now, you're gonna get a bass machine, you got a drum machine, you've got a chord machine, and you've got a vocal machine, and you can throw it all in your backpack, like I said, and you can bring it with you. Is it for me? I don't think so, man, but for $1,000 you can get that, but for $1,000, I just got something else.
It can also internally resample to rinse and repeat for further sound design. To streamline your workflow, the P6 sample tool allows for editing and importing samples from Mac or PC. Each sample also has its own multi-mode filter, amp and pitch envelopes, and more.
Listen, we got to keep track of the time. If you're into this video, if you're into me, like, share, and subscribe. Like I told you, we're doing 20 to 30 live stream a month. We got shows going on with people all over the creation in the community. We're a community that's open, so we're trying to do shows with each other. We're randomly calling each other at lunchtime. Baby, I got a half hour. You want to talk about synths? And he's like, let's go. And we're like, let's go. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff.
Repitch, chop, reverse, and loop samples to transform them from their original state to an entirely
$219 per sampler. I mean, you're looking around teenage engineering category, and to me, this blows teenage engineering stuff out of water, just me personally, because I know it's reliable, I know it sounds amazing, I know the effects are amazing, and I know that it's got a great team behind it. Teenage engineering just make things look pretty and sound cool, and I'm not the hugest teenage engineering fan, but I do like that hurdy-gurdy medieval. I almost bought it.
A new vibe. Bring patterns to life with the 64-step polyphonic sequencer, featuring real-time and step recording, motion recording, probability, micro-timing, sub-steps.
All right, it's got a lot going on. All right, did you just hear that? Let's check out some sampling examples.
Connected to the mix-in.
So he's got the Roland S1 now. You can connect all these together, just like the Volcas. If you're familiar with the Volcas, you'll be familiar with these. Maybe not the workflow, but it's kind of a similar concept.
Now we've got our sample on the pad. And we can play it back via keyboard mode, plus change the pitch, start, end time, level, and gate mode. Let's try the built-in mic to record this kalimba.
I'm dead.
When playing the sample back on the keyboard, try polyphonic mode for playing and sequencing chords.
It's just a bit small. So, like I said, man, the problem is when Roland came out with those boutiques a while ago, they came out with what, the J6 or something, or what was it, the JO, whatever, the 4-voice Juno that they came out with. They had the SEO2, which was a team with Studio Electronics who did that, was their best module put out. We're going to show the new Studio Electronics synthesizer in a minute, the Code, which is mind-blowing. And the knobs are too small, man. Especially with all those, we got a lot of blue-collar synthesizer players here, man. Do you know that? We got a lot of blue-collar boys. We got Behringer Bros. We got Vintage Vagabonds. We got Synth Ninjas. We've got Synth Wolves. We've got the whole gambit of these people, and they all got big fingers, man. You think Uncle Jerry's gonna be twisting those little knobs? You think the Italian sausage finger Echo Craft is gonna be digging in there and twiddling those little knobs? Not gonna happen. But if you're a skinny child, and definitely if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you might have slender fingers that you can get in there and twist. He looks like he got bigger fingers too. Let's go.
Settings allow for applying the lo-fi effect and setting up loop, reverse, and alternate loop playback. Let's play a pattern using these new bass and kalimba sounds.
I mean, you know the deal. It's a sampler. You can put everything into it. You can sample whatever you want into it. I like the vocal part about it. Does he do a vocal thing here? Let's check out the granular, because samplers, you know, we all know what a sampler is. Let's check the granular.
Getting creative with samples on the P6 doesn't stop here. We also have a built-in granular sample engine.
Cool. Now, the granular sample engine is something that's interesting because you had companies like, what is it, Nanobot or something? Nano something. And they got the Lemon Drop, which is a granular sampler, which everybody seemed to love. So the fact that you can get a sampler here and a granular synthesizer is pretty cool.
This can use any sample currently in the P6 as its source, and by playing back and moving through small segments of the sample, can create intricate new textures.
So this is an Easter egg for us. This is telling us that Roland is about to move into granular territory, okay? So as you know, there's the Roland Juno-x and the Roland Jupiter-X. These are the big daddies. These are the big boys. Everybody's wondering what the next X is going to be. Okay, you got the Phantom workstation, you got all that, but everybody's wondering what the next X is going to be. When they're giving you a little hint here that they're experimenting in the smaller product to perfect the granular synthesizer, they're coming with something big, man. I'm telling you right now, they're coming with something big. I'm just reading the tea leaves.
Polyphonic and stereo. There are many detailed parameters to use here, like head position and speed, grain size, density and shape, reverse probability, and more. So we can turn this into this.
Cool. That's more interesting than the sampler. The fact that you can take the samples and granulize them is way more interesting than the sampler to me. Because that there now, you're getting into some ambient style heavy texture.
With the P6's 64-step pattern sequencer, it's a breeze to build ideas quickly, or you can also go deeper for more advanced programming. Using real-time recording is as easy as pressing record.
So real-time recording is a cool thing. I got that on the Op6. That means you can run a sequence, you can start doing some modulation, and then it records it into the sequence automatically.
Then play, and entering in notes via the pads or keyboard mode. This can be both quantized or unquantized for a looser feel if you'd like.
If you like that looser feel, I prefer the opposite. Cool. Let's check out the effects.
Effects are powerful tools for hands-on performance and processing.
Dustin, let me cut in for a second there, Dustin. Roland's effects are, if not tied or at minimum equal to, but I think they're probably some of the best mainstream effects engines on the planet as far as effects go for synthesizers. Not only that, they own Boss, so they got the whole suite of the works of it. So, I mean, I'm telling you right now, when you get a Roland synthesizer, you're getting some effects built into that baby that, I mean, if you're a plug-in pony board or VST, I don't think I should use that word anymore. I'll call it VST. VST, yeah, I won't say it, but if you're a VST Valentine, that's what we'll call it. If you're a plug-in pony board VST Valentine, Roland's giving you this right in your hands, tangibly, on the synthesizer, on the granular sampler, on the P6.
Your sounds for resampling. The MFX section has 5 preset effects buttons here, and one selectable MFX with many different options, quickly accessible. Each sample pad can be routed through the MFX section or to separate dry audio buses to pass through unaffected.
All right, you're getting that DJ style vibe. Anyways, this is pretty cool. Let's see what the specs are. Let me get this video off here, put on my music. What do we got? Let's get the effects. A lot of colors going on. Let's get the specs. Here's the specs. We got 64 user patterns, 64 steps, 48 samples. There's 16 samples, 4 granular for maximum polyphony, 16 voices for sample, 4 for granular. Sample time, 5.9, 11.8, 7.8, 23 per kilohertz. import via wave, multi-effects. You got 20 types of effects. This is what I was just talking about. Probably one of the coolest things about the Roland synthesizers is the effects engines. If you're a guy like me who likes not using plugins and VSTs. You got an internal mic, which is mono. You've got sync in and out, all the usual suspects. MIDI in and out, cool, stereo, MIDI type. Power supply, lithium battery. 3 hours of battery life. I've heard it's way more than that, but they got to say 3 just in case. Leaflet, read me first. So they got a little leaflet. All right, so that's cool. And it's tiny, and it weighs 11 ounces. So it weighs less than a beer. All right, weighs less than a can of beer. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you want to get this, go get it. Like I said, you can build the Voltron, you can build the whole set, you can have the drums, you can throw it all in your backpack, you can link it all up via those 1/8 jack, and it costs you $200. So you want to get them all. I think there's what, 5 now? So you're looking at $1,000 for the works of them. Would you spend $1,000 on all them? Would you get something else? But if you want to pick them up over time, and you're like this chick who likes hanging out on picnic tables and raking on. I got one of those frogs actually. You like raking on one of those wooden frogs? That's for you. All right, let's move on. Now, let's get into the big boys. Here we go. We got VCO USA, absolute amazing YouTube channel. Go check it out. I'll probably be throwing this down the links, most definitely. And this is the Studio Electronics Code. Now, we're gonna listen to this one a little bit longer. This is a long show. If you're not into it, I'll put the timestamps in there for all the people who can't focus, but we're gonna listen to this for now. Let's check it out. American company, legendary. A39 swept up. To turn it up. I mean, just look at that thing. The one thing that Studio Electronics does, they make the highest quality stuff, the highest sounding stuff. I think that this could be around Greg St. Regis is, I think, the man's name. Absolute legendary genius. And these are works of art. Like I told you, when they paired up with Roland to make the SEO2, the little module, the black one, when people got that in their hands compared to the other modules, they were like, what the hell did they do with the other ones? It wasn't what Roland did with the other ones. It's what Greg and Studio Electronics did with the SEO2, because that's who designed the sound for it. Basically a mini Moog. Not this, the SEO2. Beast. Greg, baby, if you're listening, send me one of these. Let me play around with it. I'll send it right back to you because I love your company. I love the look of this thing, and it sounds amazing. Patches off this. This is A40, so I don't know if this is the 40th patch, but it sounds insane.
3 days, not a single word.
What?
You come home smelling like a pina colada?
Pina colada?
That's my native deodorant, honey. You watch me put it on. Clean ingredients for this long.
I might get some of that. Pina colada deodorant? crazy. Absolutely out of this world. Mind-blowing sound. I hope you got headphones on. We're listening to a couple more. This is a long show, man. We haven't done that synth show in a while. If you came for the J6, you already seen it. But now we're getting into the big boy game. This is time for all the children to go to bed and for all the big boys to hang around. Because these are big boy synths now. These are alpha synths. Give me a break. How does this only have 882 views? Everybody get over there, subscribe to this channel, watch this video. I'm not even going to play it all. I'm going to play a couple more, and then you guys can go finish it off yourselves because it's amazing. He's got 3 arms. Who is that? Dude, man's like, let's put a little LFO in here. The J6 ain't doing this. But this is $5,000. All right, I want to listen to more, but I'm not going to. I'm going to throw it down in the links. Go check it out. Check out that VCOUSA's YouTube channel. It'll be down in the links. And then go watch this video. And man, hit up Studio Electronics. This thing is an absolute breathtaking beauty. I love the look of it. I think it's gorgeous, unlike some other synthesizers out there, you know. Rev2. And yeah, it's beautiful. Let's keep going, man, because we got a lot to cover. Here he is. Here he is. The Prince of Pretty, miles away, legendary musician, epic talent, a pure professional. His videos are always top notch, not like mine. We kind of do it on the fly. He's really meticulous. He's a pro. I'm not. I'm just a nomad. I'm a synth renegade. I do what I can do, man. I got other stuff I got to do too, so I got to squeeze it in. But miles away has been impressing me. I came on to him a little while ago. I loved his videos on the pedals, the guitar pedals with synthesizers. And look at the gear this cat got. Now, he's one of the only people out there because I'm in love with the Oberheim TEO-5. You know that, don't you? If you know me, you know that. I'm in love with the TEO-5. I gotta get some scratch to get it. Old miles away, I already got the scratch. God bless him. He's also got the DJI mic, man. That ain't cheap either. He's a legend. But he does the comparison with the TEO-5, the OB6, and OBX8. And to me, I got an opinion on it, but you just listen to this for a minute. We're not going to play it all. I'm just going to play a couple of parts. This is the comparison.
All right, so let's start off with a sound that I've gotten as close as possible on all 3 Oberheim instruments.
So it's interesting. We're going 5 voice, 6 voice, 8 voice. We're going $1,500. I don't know how much the OB6 is. You let me know. I think it's friggin' like $8 grand or $6 grand or something. I don't know. The OB6 keyboard. Let's call it 5, and then the OBX8 5. So I mean, personally for me, the TEO-5 right there, that just won that little bit to me. I'm like TEO-5, $1,500. Nails it. Let's keep rolling.
Now, as you can see, they are able to get really similar, and I love starting with this type of patch because to me, this is one of the quintessential Oberheim patches along with the slow strings patch, which is another one we'll look at. But why this is such a good patch to test to see if it really has the Oberheim mojo, this new TEO-5, and how it compares to the other two.
Oh, it's got the mojo, baby. So do you.
Is because this patch really makes use of what, in my opinion, is the reason you get an Oberheim, which is the SEM filter. All right, so our init patch is a saw wave. And right off the bat, you can tell that the OB6 is louder than the other two. And this is where my theory comes in as to why, in my humble opinion, spoiler, the TO sounds a lot more like the OBX8 than it does like the OB6. I believe that the OB6 has a different type of summing mixer somewhere in there. And
I've watched this already. It's basically what he's saying is the OB6 got a little more growl, a little more to it because it's got a different type of summing mixer. Let's check out let's go right here. Filters. Let's check the filter real quick and then you guys can go watch it yourself. Don't hit me
More
with an
false
ad,
attacks.
Miles.
I'm Kelly out. Don't fall for it. IVF has been a wonderful.
Oh, we ain't gonna fall for anything.
cool.
Because you either stand for something or you fall for everything.
Okay, so next up we have our filters, and here's where we're gonna do
go,
the classic filter sweep. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. Let's bump it down an octave on all
Who cares if you get demonetized, bro?
three, and we're gonna go ahead and play a low F.
Every one of my synth cars get demonetized. I blast the radio. All I'm doing is like, sorry, review, demonetized. You played Toto. Just let me play the damn song in the car.
I'm gonna hold this, maybe make it a little slower. And we have our beautiful SEM style filter. We can turn a vintage knob. We've got a variable state.
Old, what's his name? Somebody Craft. Is it Echo Craft? Is it Echo Craft? No, Craft somebody. Somebody Craft. It ain't Echo Craft. It's somebody Craft doesn't like the vintage knob because he thinks it's like he thinks it's Espen Craft. He thinks it's a failure to actually be an vintage analog synthesizer. Yeah, okay, so what, man? It's not a vintage analog synthesizer. It's got a vintage knob if you crave it. Sounds good, baby. State variable filter.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
Why you get an Oberheim is because of the SEM filter.
Yes, sir.
Listen to those harmonics. Let's do the same thing on
I love that, right? TEO-5, $1,500.
the OB6. The original. You'll notice it's a bit more aggressive.
Very much more aggressive, but I don't know if I like that. Cool. Let's get to the next one.
And this is that filter is incredible.
That's got a little more, I don't know if it's that fluttery sound, that.
But you'll notice, you can't really see here with the controls. I'll shoot a B-roll shot, but you cannot do any sort of variable state stuff that you can on the traditional.
What a pro, though. Already thinking about the B-roll. I don't even do B-rolls. I do this. So I go, hey, I'm pretending my show's edited. Let me switch screens. Oh, here we go. My show's edited on the fly. Let me switch screens for it. Oh, here we go. My show's edited. I'm editing it. And I'm not editing anything, man. I edit on the fly. I don't got time for edits. Let's roll.
SEM.
Looks like it's edited, though. Wink, wink.
Instead, you get those filters as different options. If we go in here,
all right, you get the idea. It's cool to me. The TEO-5. Go watch the rest of the video. I'll throw it down the links. TEO-5, price, sound, modulation capability. Because don't forget, the OBX8 and the OB6 don't have the modulation matrix, baby, but the TEO-5 does. Plus, it's got everything else. Let's jump over one more quick video because we're almost running out of time. Sounds absolutely incredible. Let's listen to this. This is the one I listened to today. This is Scott McCauley sounds, man. Tell me this doesn't sound breathtaking. He's going fast. right, that's it. That's all we're doing today. I just wanted to show you this because the whole point of this was we started with the J6, not the J6, the P6 from Roland, right here. All right, this is what we started with. Now you can go out and you can spend $200 for this, but a couple of wise men have been telling me now I'm a synth baby, all right? I'm a young buck. I'm $1 million synth baby. That's what this song kind of sounds like. I'm a synth baby, yeah. All right? You can spend $200 on this, or you can save up for a couple more months and you can get something like the TEO-5, okay? Which sounds like this. For the price of 8 P6s, you can get a TEO-5, and you can go up the chain, but I think everybody watching this channel now, we've been following along, we've been growing together, we've been riding together, we're having a good time together. TEO-5 is where to go, man. To me, it's the best synthesizer right now on the market for price, sound, modulation. The keyboard isn't big, but a lot of people who are going to be buying the TEO-5 by Oberheim are people who already have a big keyboard that they can MIDI it to anyway. So to me, it's an absolute must buy. And guess what? When this comes down to used market for, it's gonna be like $1,200, $1,000, I'll be picking it up 100%. And don't forget, we also have the Studio Electronics right here, Code by Studio Electronics. I don't have the money for it. I'll never be able to have the money for this, so I just wouldn't be able to do it. But I think it looks beautiful. It sounds amazing. It's an American company, so supporting Studio Electronics is super cool. If you got the cash, go buy one, man. You'll probably be blown away too. And if you don't got the cash, you're just looking for something to play around with, a little granular synthesizer with a sampler, you want to throw in your backpack, hang out on a picnic table in the park with a battery, flick that little, whatever you call it there, that little therimba, whatever it is, play your little frog, this thing might be for you. It's not for me, but it might be for you. Anyway, baby, that's that synth show. Tell me what you think in the comments. This is going to be broadcasted together, so we'll have an opportunity to chat for sure. And you know what we do. I might come back in 20 minutes and do an MPC demo here in a minute with the Mellotron. Okay? You take it easy. We'll be back as always. Like I told you, like, share, subscribe. Oh, before I go, do you want to pick up a t-shirt? They're right here, man. I got the... This is Synth Trip, baby. This is Synth Special. I got t-shirts galore. This is Synth Renegades line, okay? This is the Cream Dream line, the Polybrute homage with the Cream Dream, Polybrute on the sleeve, Synth Renegade on the back. Okay, you go down here, we got lots, man. We got Synth Samurai hat, we got Behringer Bros gear, we got Simple, we got hoodies, we got Kumite, we got mugs, we got glasses. I go all day. Look at this, look at this. Big Synth, one of the favorite, Uncle Jerry's favorite. Bigfoot stole my synth, Bigfoot with your synthesizer. Wear that around town, everybody will be saying, hey, where'd you get that? And you can just say, I got it from synthtrip.com. Coming soon. Anyway, Synth Special, man. We got the Thinking Gorilla. I made that for my wife's dad. He was like, there's this shirt I used to love back in the day. I used to have a gorilla thinking, to be or not to be. I was like, bro, I'll make that for you right now. I'll give it to you for Christmas. He's like, you do that? I was like, yep, boom. But I'm going to stick Synth Samurai in the back, Big Papa. All right, we got Synth Live. We got lots of stuff. Anyway, we got the Synth Astronaut, Space Exploration. We got the Synth Ninja, worn by the one and only Patch Dog from Behringer, with the rising yellow sun on the back. Anyway, you go check it out. You know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Hope you have a good time. So.